Hey Sonny here. How you guys doing? So I told you that I was going to teach you how to play Yankee Rose. So I had a previous video that was a link that you can watch me play through the song, and for this particular lesson I'm gonna walk you through every single piece, every single note in Yankee Rose. I'm using my RG 550 today. It's a '91 model. Um, It's got the Mazio PAF Pro in the bridge, and you got the V1 and S1. So V1, yeah, V1 and S1 humbucker in the neck and middle position. And I'm using my Boss Katana amp, standard tuning, um, and I'm have the auto wow effect turned on the Boss amp, and I'm using my expression pedal to turn the wow pedal on. So two things you have to make sure that you need for this particular song. So you make sure you have plenty of gain to pull the harmonics out to sound good, and also you need a wow pedal. If you don't have one, get one. Or if you have a wow pedal built into your amp like the Boss Katana does, that's perfect. So you just use that. Okay, so the first thing we do is playing this chord. It's almost like an F chord right here with open G, like an F sus chord. So what I'm doing is I play third fret of A and D string with my ring finger in my pinky, and open G string, and then first fret of B and high E string with my index finger barring on 2 string. So what I do is I play that whole chord, and slowly dive down until it's dead. After that part, the bass started. The first leg is 15 fret on the G and 13 fret on the G string. Bend up. Once you release down, you slide down to 13th fret and bend up. And after that, you play on the 11th fret on the B string. You bend up, you release, and then you pull off on 10, 9, and slide down to 8th fret. And then you pick the 9th fret on the B string and bend up. So it goes like this. So the whole thing slowly goes like this. Next part, it's called scooping. And how to do scoop is that basically you dive your bar down before you hit the notes, and then what do you hammer onto the note, and you bring the bar up and you dive back down again. Okay, so it goes like this. Slow. I'll play one time for you to show you what I'm talking about. So you do it on the 12th fret on the G string. Sometimes you gotta kind of block the other string so you won't hear the other stuff. So again, it goes like this. Okay, and the next part is a little like a whistle sound with a guitar. So it goes like this. And again, you do the scooping down. You bring the bar down first, and then you play the 6th fret on the B string and slide up to 17th fret on the B string. And then you play the 5th fret on the G string, slide up to 15th fret on the G string, and slide back down. So go like this. Okay. The last part of the talking guitar goes like this. So stop right there. That's a lot of chromatic notes. So basically, you will have to bend up. So we're playing the 17th fret on the B string, 16th fret on the B string, and then you go 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 on the B string, and then 12, 11, 10, and 9 on the G string. Okay, I kind of use my ring finger to do that, give it more leverage with the rest of my hands to do that. Now once you play that part, You gotta kind of go like this. There's really no accurate notes for it. You just kind of alternate picking from 12th fret, slide down. Once you do the alternate picking, slide it down. And you'll play the open G string. You bring your bar down, and you hammer on the 4th fret. You release the bar up, you bring it back down again, and then you pull off from 4th fret to open string, hammer on the 7th fret, and then you release the bar up, bring the bar down again, pull off an open string, hammer on the 10th fret, release the bar, and bring the bar down again, pull off on the open, from 10 open G string, and then you do the harmonic, and you use kind of middle finger and just tap, basically barely tap right between the 4th fret and the 5th fret on the G string. And now, best part to do is use the first, second joint of your middle finger. There's a line right there. For me, that's how I think of it. I mean, there's really no correct way to do it. You just do what's feel right to you until you can pull the harmonic out. So again, let me show you how to do that. So let me play the whole thing slowly. The last guitar part. And after that, you'll play a G chord. The G chord is 3rd fret on the low E string and 3rd fret on the B and high E string. And with your index finger, you're blocking the A string with the bottom flash of your index finger. So you only hear the G string on the low E string on the 3rd fret, open D, open G, B3, and E3. So after you play the G chord, you play the 5th fret on the A string, and then you play open E, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fret on the E string. What I do is I play this 2nd and 3rd fret with my middle finger, because you're gonna need this other fingers when you get to this part, okay? Open G string and play the 3rd fret on the D string while you're still holding down the 3rd fret on the E string. So and then you play the 3rd fret on the E string, 1st fret on the B string, and open G string. Or you gotta play the 3rd fret on the low E first, so it goes like that. Just play open D and open G string. And after play that, you play the B flat power chord 3 times. And then you play 5th fret on the G and 6th fret on the B string together. And while you play those 2 notes, you slowly bend up the 5th fret up. So once you bring that down to 5th fret on the G string, you pull off on the 3rd fret. You play the 5th fret on the D string. And you play this G chord at the high position. Open G string, 3rd fret of B and high E string. And you bring the bar down on the G string, bring it back up. The next part you play this. So this is the hardest part. You have to use your bar, you dive down slightly until you, basically the note will be, if you just play the note, it will be 19th fret, 17, and 16, back to 17 on the G string. Back to 16. So you play the 7th fret on the G string, harmonic. You gotta bring that down to the whole step, and then bring that down to a half step, and release up just half a step, and press your bar down for half step. So, okay. So the whole thing slowly goes like this. The first part of the next leg is the same as the first part of the first leg, but the second portion of it is a little different, so it goes like this. It's like pentatonic scale, G pentatonic. You pick on the 20th fret on the high E string, and you pick the 18th fret on the high E string, you pull out the 15th fret, okay? Next part, you play the 18th fret on the B string, pull out the 15th fret on the B string. Slide down and play the 12th fret on the G string. Next part, you play the 13th fret on the B string, pull off on the 11th fret on the B string, pick the 11th fret on the B string, pull off on 10th fret on the B string, play the 12th fret on the G string, pull off on 10th fret on the G string, and pick the 12th fret again on the G string, pinch harmonic. So. This whole thing goes like this. Next part, you kind of go down to G pentatonic position at the 3rd fret. You play this 5th fret on the G string, pull off on the 3rd fret. 5th fret on the D, pull off on the 3rd fret. You play the 3rd fret on the A string, kind of slowly bend down just a little bit by pulling your finger downward. Something slowly goes like this. The next part, you play 5th fret on the A string, and then 5th fret on the G, and 6th fret on the B string. Go down up on the G and B string. So you play the 5th fret again on the A string, and you play 5th fret on the G, 6th fret on the B string together again. And then you keep your fingers on 5th and 6th fret on the G and B string, but the second time you play it, you play the bass note on the 6th fret on the low E string. slowly. Last time you play the 6th fret on the low E string twice, and you play the 6th fret again on the low E string, and play twice on the 5th fret and the 6th fret on the G and B string. Play the low E string open. Play the power chord, a B flat power chord, F power chord, and G power chord. Well, the next part is kind of like a chorus, so it goes like this. Once you play that part. Okay, so what I'm doing is I play you palm me on the 10th fret on the A string twice, and you play the 10th fret on the G, 11th fret on the B string with my middle and ring finger. You move your ring finger down half fret to 10th fret on the B string. And then you play the 15th fret on the A string, 15th fret on the G and B together. And you slide up to 17th fret with all 3 fingers. Once you slide up, you only play the 17th fret on the G and B string together, bend up and release, okay? Play the beginning part again. This one. Play the 3rd fret on the A string, pull down just a little bit, release, 1st fret on the A string, and then 3rd fret on the 1st fret on the A string, and then 3, 1, 3 on the E string. Back to the whole thing again. It's kind of like a muting on the. Repeat the whole thing. And once you get to that part, you play the 1st fret on the A string and 3rd fret on the low E string. Pause. And then everything stops, and everybody comes back in on the G chord again. That's verse 2. Verse 2, same thing. Now, when you get to that part right there, use your finger to pull off on the low E string, the open string, and dive bar using the bar, okay? And after you do that, you'll play the 22nd fret on the high E string. You bend up full step. So we'll play that slowly again. And then once you bend up full step with the 22nd fret on the high E string, you use your bar kind of wiggle it just a little bit, get that vibrato going. And then the second lick goes like this. Verse 2. So a lot of scooping going on in the bar. So you start off on the 12th and 10th fret on the G string. So hammer on the 10th fret. Hammer on the 10th fret. Release the bar up. Bring it back down again. Pull on the 10th fret. And hammer on the 7th fret. Release. Bring it back down. Pull off. 25th fret, release, bring it back down, release, 4th fret, play the whole thing slowly. Alright, so again, that's the scooping with the bar. You have to just practice it. So that's the second lick of verse 2. And after that, he goes to that part. Nothing changes, the exact same thing, and you play the chorus again. Once I get to that part, I kind of bring my volume down and then switch my position to the neck pickup. So, because pull off on the low E string, bring it up. And you kind of clean the sound, volume down, then pick up. And you play this chord right here. 6th fret on the low E string, 5th fret on the G, and 6th fret on the B string. You play the 7th fret on the G string, pull off on 5th fret, and play the 5th fret on the D string, and hammer on the 7th fret, and you kind of pull your bar up just like that. Turn the volume back up, a little bit delay, and back to bridge position. You'll play the 13th fret on the B string, bend up twice. Play it again, third time, and release down. You play 11th fret on the B string. And you play the 10th fret on the B string. Hammer on, pull off repeatedly. 11th fret. And then play 12th fret on the G string. Pull off on 10th fret. Slide up to 12th fret on the G string, and then slide back down to the 10th fret. Next part. So this is all just power chords. So you just play the B flat power chord, the C power chord, and the D power chord, back to B flat power chord, and they play F power chord, and then G power. Actually, I'm sorry, you don't play the G power chord, you play the F power chord only. And then you play right here position here is A5, G5, and B6. So you play the 5th fret on the A string, play twice on G and B. You play it twice. And slide up to the octave higher, same notes, same position at the 17th fret. And you play the 17th fret of A, 17th fret of G, and 18th fret of B string together. Play it 4 times, and slide down. You can use a little wow effect in there. Okay. And the next part, the bass, just the bass and the drums grooving together. There's no guitar. There's a little singing going on. And David Lee Roth a little bit. And then you start to slide down with the pick for a full measure. So every time you hear the bass groove, it's like it repeats itself every 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it repeats itself again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So by the time you get to a little bit, you can hear the next bass groove. Repeat the same notes again. You can slide it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes into the guitar, really cool guitar lick. Very cool lick. So what I'm doing is I play D minor 7th chord. What I'm doing is I play A5, D7, index finger barring down on the 5th fret, so we play in G5, and then the 6th fret on the B. You lift up the fingers, you play 5th fret of D, G, and B together. Mute, down pick. And play the 5th fret on the D and G together. Do that twice, and play the 3rd fret on the B and G, D and G together. And then you rack the string 4 times, down, up. And you play an octave on the 7th fret position, on a D7 and B 10th. Slide up to 5th fret of D and 8th fret on the B, and then play that octave again. slide down the 3rd fret of D, and B fret on the 6th fret. Now notice when I play this octave, I'm using the flash on my finger under my index finger to block the G string so you don't hear it. All you hear is the D string and the B string. It's the same note but play one higher, one lower, an octave. As you play the 3rd fret on the octave, you slide back down to 5th, slide back up to 5th fret. And play the 5th fret octave again. And you play the 5th fret on the D string, pull off the 3rd fret on the D. 5th fret on the A, pull off the 3rd fret. And then you play the 6th fret on the low E string and pick the 3rd fret on the low E string. And slow down again, play the whole thing again. So that's a part of it. Alright, so we're getting close to the end. Next part, alright, so what I'm playing here is I played the 7th fret on the G and 18th fret on the B string. But I'm holding with my 18th fret on the B and bend up 17th fret only on the G string. Play that 3 times, and then you play the 13th fret on the B string, pull off on the 11th fret on the B, hammer back on the 13th and 15th fret. And you play the 11th fret on the B string, pull off on 10th, hammer on back to 11th and 13th fret. Next part you tap on the 15th fret on the B string, you pull on 10th fret, you tap it again on 15th fret, you pull on 10th fret again, and you pull off on 8th and 7th fret. It goes like this. So far we have this. Play the 15th fret again, tap on the 15th fret, pull off on 8, 7, and 5 on the B string. Tap on the 15th fret, pull off on 5th and 3rd fret on the B string. And then you move your fingers down, tap on the 15th fret on the G string, pull off on 5th and 3rd fret on the G string. Same thing on the D string. Same thing on the A string, and then slide down the 1st fret. Kind of bend down slightly. So the whole thing slowly goes like this. Once you do that part, the next part is a lot of scooping on the 15th fret on the G string. It's just the bar and the 15th fret on the G string. The first one is just so bring the bar down first. So you hammer on the 15th fret, bring it up, and then it gets aggressive after that. So again, you hammer on the note, you release the bar, bring the bar down again, and you pull off an open string on a G, and then while your bar's going down, you hit the 15th fret again on the G, bring the bar up, dive again, pull off on the G string, and then bring it up again. So it's like this. Just have to get a feel for it until you get it down. It's hard to talk about it and describe it, but it's best to just kind of observe and do it. The next part, when I hit the open G string, my bar is down, slightly tap on the right between 5th fret and the 6th fret, but it's more on the 5th fret side with my index middle finger. And you hit the harmonic, bring the bar up. So the next part. It's the last lick of the song. It's just G pentatonic. You play the 18th fret on the B string. You play twice. Release the second time. Play this 17th fret on the B. And bend up. Play the 15th fret on the B string. Hammer on the 17th fret, and you use bar instead of dive down like this. Your bar would be in the reverse position. You kind of push down, basically raise your note up. Okay, you do that twice. Go like this. Next part, you play the 17th fret on the G string, bend up, and then while you bend up, you use your pinky and play the 18th fret of E and B string, and then play the 15th fret on the G string, 17th fret on the G string, bend up and release, pull off a 15th fret, 17th fret on the G again, and then 17 on the D string. Slowly. So that's the whole song of Yankee Rose. Hopefully I describe it well enough for you to do it. The hardest part is to get the feel for the bar, like I say. Practice on just playing the 2 notes. Just pick 2 notes, like open G, and let's just say open G and 5th fret, alright? I'll just do that until you get a good feel for it. Do a 17th fret, do a 7th fret on the G and open G string.